I'm your book lover, Rachik Mohanty, and now I'm going to do a review about 1 to 7 Harry Potter. Alright, let's start. There was once a very evil Dark Lord named Voldemort, who was too powerful to be beaten. One day, Voldemort came to the Potter's house and he fought the husband vigorously. But in the end, the husband died. When he came upon the wife begged Voldemort to spare her newborn baby, Harry Potter. But Voldemort showed no mercy and killed the wife with the killing curse. Then he tried using the killing curse on the baby, but somehow the curse deflected and hit Voldemort. Voldemort still lived, but half of his heart was gone. So Voldemort fled to find a new body. Magicians, wizards, and witches all around the world, just because of Harry, are now lifting up their goblets and murmuring, "To Harry Potter, the boy who lived." Albus Dumbledore, the headmaster of the magical school Hogwarts, who also teach the husband and wife about witchcraft and wizardry, told his half-giant friend Hagrid to pick Harry from his moldering house and to report to him with the baby. Albus Dumbledore and his deputy headmistress Minerva McGonagall and Hagrid came on to put the baby on the Dursleys, who were the only living relatives of Harry. Also, they were Muggles, also known as non-magical folk. But Minerva McGonagall didn't want Harry to live with the Muggles, but Albus Dumbledore wanted to fight. So he placed Harry carefully on the Dursley doorstep, whispering to him, "Good luck." It has been nearly 10 years now since Harry had been living in the miserable life in the Dursleys. For some reason, Harry had been treated like a rabbit from the Dursleys, but he did not know why. Every time he asked questions about his parents or his life, they would just make him keep his mouth shut, and they would only love their beloved son Dudley. Soon, they start getting letters from no one that says to H. Harry Potter in the cupboard, the bedroom, wherever they moved Harry, trying to shake the letters off. They keep on coming. Finally, the Dursley had to move to a moldering shack until in the middle of their sleep, the half-giant Hagrid burst into the door and told Harry that he is a wizard and about the tale of his parents and the Dark Lord Voldemort. Mr. Dursley tries to tell Harry that this is not true, but Harry is convinced. Hagrid tells Harry they have to go to London to get his wizard supplies, and they go to a shabby old shop called the Leaky Cauldron, where they go into a secret passageway to Diagon Alley to buy all Harry's stuff. In the end, when Harry is going to the train off to Hogwarts, he meets a new friend called Ron Weasley. When he accidentally goes in the middle of his years, Harry accidentally goes into a forbidden corridor that Dumbledore said, and they find a three-headed dog standing on a trapdoor. And soon Harry and Ron make friends with a girl called Hermione Granger. Harry gets to sign on the Quidditch team, which is like soccer, except on brooms with 4 balls. And then Harry soon discovers a mountain troll has stumbled upon his school. He and Ron defeat the mountain troll before they can hurt Hermione, and from then on, Ron, Harry, and Hermione were best friends. When Harry soon read some books, they found all about some grubby little package called the Sorcerer's Stone, which is a very valuable item. It was under the trapdoor that the three-headed dog was standing on. It turned Ron, and Hermione could put out that Severus Snape, Harry's most hated teacher, the potion master, was trying to steal it and bring Voldemort back. Harry, Ron, and Hermione lure the dog away, and they jump into the trapdoor. They face many obstacles, but finally Harry comes alone himself to face with the stone. It wasn't even Snape. It wasn't Voldemort. It was Professor Quirrell, their nervous, stuttering defense against art teacher, who had Voldemort's face burned behind him. Harry tries to fight Quirrell, and in the end, Harry is able to make Quirrell die by just putting his hands over his face. When Harry wakes up to find himself in the hospital wing, Albus Dumbledore told him why he got that scar and about the Sorcerer's Stone. Year 2, Chamber of Secrets. In the Chamber of Secrets, Harry and Ron do their second year at Hogwarts. Ginny, Ron's younger sister, also gets to come, and is Harry's beloved crush. When they get into Hogwarts, a few days later, they find a sign that says, "Chamber of Secrets have been opened. Here of Slytherins beware." And soon they find students and even ghosts petrified. And then Harry soon discovered that the Chamber of Secrets were made by the most house that produced the evilest witches, Slytherin. When Harry discovers an unknown diary that once belonged to Tom Riddle, he soon realizes he can speak Parseltongue. When Harry writes in the diary, he soon finds out that he can talk with the dead Tom Riddle and go into his memories. When Harry goes into his memory, he suddenly finds that the younger Hagrid was the one who opened the Chamber of Secrets and was expelled. But that was a lie. When Harry and Ron find Hermione petrified, they find a note in her hand that said in the Chamber of Secrets, actually, of a snake, which is the mascot of Slytherin, was the creature that was petrifying students. Ron and Harry get clues in the paper, and they suddenly know that they have to go to an old dirty girls' bathroom pipes to go into the chamber. When they get in the pipes, Ron is blocked away from a cave fall, and Harry is left to deal with the basilisk until he finds Ginny's sprawled body on the floor, petrified. When he soon asks Ginny whether he was okay, Tom Riddle came strolling in. "Are you a ghost?" Harry asked. "No, I'm simply just a memory." Then Harry soon realizes that Tom Riddle was the one who was supposed to be Voldemort, and he tries to fight the basilisk and Tom Riddle, but then suddenly gets the help of Dumbledore's Fox, and a magical sword that was his mascot, that belonged to his mascot, and used it to kill the basilisk and Tom Riddle memory. Then, Chapter 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. A dark-aged criminal called Sirius Black is on the loose, and it is told that he murdered 13 people in one curse. Harry is soon being guarded by locked in the Hogwarts castle, worried because the Daily Prophet said that Sirius Black was hunting for Harry. Soon they find out that there are Dementors guarding everywhere around the school, which are hooded figures that give you unpleasant memories and suck souls out of you. And then they find out they have a new defense against art teacher, who's called Remus Johnson Lupin. And Professor Lupin was a very good expert at Dementors. Harry asked Professor Lupin whether he can know how to protect the Dementors from him, and he learned that he has to do a Patronus charm. His Patronus was a stag because for his father, one nickname was Prongs, and he soon realized that when Fred and George, the Weasley twins to Ron, suddenly gave him a martyr's map, which was created by his father, Sirius Black, Professor Lupin, and an unknown guy called Peter Pettigrew, which he soon finds out when they go into an old shack and they meet Sirius Black himself. Lupin bursts in and tries to protect Sirius Black, and Harry suddenly gets angry while their best defense against art teacher was protecting criminal. Then Harry soon realizes that Ron's rat, Scabbers, was actually Peter Pettigrew, and that he was the one who really betrayed Harry's parents and turned them down to Voldemort. Sirius pulls Scabbers, and Scabbers suddenly turns into a man turns into Peter Pettigrew. Peter Pettigrew says, I didn't do it. But Harry, Ron, and Hermione knew that Peter really did it. And Lupin and Sirius wanted to kill Pettigrew, but Harry stepped in and said he knew that he wouldn't wanted Dad to know that his friends had been murderers. So Sirius and Lupin lowered their wands, and then Hermione suddenly realizes that Professor Lupin was actually a werewolf. When Harry ties up Peter Pettigrew with a unspelled charm, Professor Lupin suddenly goes into a transfiguration as a werewolf, and he starts attacking. Harry loosens his grip on the rope, and Peter Pettigrew did a wicked smile, and he transformed into a rat, running away. Alright, Chapter 4, Goblet of Fire. Dumbledore poses the Tree Wizard Tournament when they have a new defense against art teacher called Madame Moody, an ex-aura from the Ministry of Magic. Harry was not young enough to sign his name in the Goblet of Fire, which was used to enter people from the 3 different magical schools. But still, suddenly his name came up. Harry had to outrun a dragon, destroy magical creatures, and pass a treacherous maze until Harry and the other Hogwarts champion, Cedric Diggory, a Hufflepuff, decide they will both take the Triwizard Cup at the same time. But soon they realized that it was actually a portkey. When they fell on the ground and Diggory got up, Peter Pettigrew was there, and he shot a killing curse at Cedric, and Cedric died, laying on the floor. When Harry tried to kill Peter Pettigrew for the death of Cedric, he misses, and Harry suddenly accidentally gets trapped in Riddle's grave. In Tom Riddle's grave, he reads, and a sword stuck him in. Harry tried to get out, but the sword was holding his hand like a handlebar. Peter Pettigrew took a dagger, sliced a piece of skin from Harry, and put it in a giant cauldron. Then Peter Pettigrew sliced his own hand and put it in the pot. Then he took out a tin baby and put it in the pot too. Then suddenly, Lord Voldemort came out, white-faced and red-gaunted. Voldemort had returned. But suddenly, Voldemort tried to kill Harry with his followers back. But Harry and Voldemort each had similar wands, so the spell backfired, and Harry managed to escape with Cedric's body. Number 5, Order of the Phoenix. In the Order of the Phoenix, it is said in the Ministry of Magic that Voldemort has returned, but nobody but them have believed Harry, and them is the Order of the Phoenix, which includes lots of people, such as Mad-Eye Moody, Sirius Black, and even Professor Lupin. But when Harry soon discovers that they have a new Ministry of Magic dark arts teacher who always gives blood and pen punishments, was very cruel and forbid anyone to tell the truth about Voldemort. Harry gets an interview from the non-ministry paper, and soon the paper got popular. Everyone started reading it, but but the Ministry of Magic banned the paper. Soon Harry and Ron soon created a new defense against dark arts, since Umbridge was such a horrible teacher, called Dumbledore's Army. Harry was the lead, and their students were doing very fine until Umbridge caught all of them. She questioned Harry, and Harry soon realized that one student, Miss Edcombe, had betrayed them. And Harry soon meets his crush, Cho Chang, and they manage to get a relationship. But then soon Harry finds out that Miss Edcombe was actually a friend of Cho. He told that he didn't want to be with Cho anymore, and he left her off. Harry soon visualizes from Voldemort's mind, and soon also gets a visualization of Voldemort torturing Sirius Black, who Harry just discovered was his godfather. Harry told the other that he urgently wanted to go and try save Sirius Black, and when he went and saved Sirius, went to the Ministry of Magic trying to save Sirius, and they meet in the room where Sirius was. They meet a couple of few Death Eaters, Voldemort's followers, trying to steal a crystal ball called the Prophecy, which Harry realizes soon was what made his lightning-shaped scar on his head. Harry tries to fight off the Death Eaters, and they soon manage to smash the Prophecy in the fight. But also, the Death Eaters also smashed Sirius Black when the other Order of the Phoenix joined him. Harry was heartbroken by his death, but Dumbledore assured him that Sirius would still remember Harry. Alright, Book 6, The Half-Blood Prince. The Half-Blood Prince, Harry is invited to Ron's house, and Dumbledore first comes to pick up for him to persuade an old college league of his for Slughorn to come back to the school. Harry manages to persuade him, and Slughorn is able to come to the school. When Harry is in his 6th year, he soon realizes that why Voldemort never died, because he used a substance called Horcruxes, which is like ripping your soul into parts. Harry and Dumbledore found out that Voldemort created 7 Horcruxes of himself, and Dumbledore managed to get 1 Horcrux, and Harry managed to stab the Riddle Diary, which is another Horcrux, in the second year. And Dumbledore cracked the ring with the same magical sword that Harry also used in the second year. And so 2 Horcruxes were down, and Harry soon began to tell Ron and Hermione this information. They were both shocked at this. And then soon, when Harry is absent from the Quidditch team for some reason, Ginny Weasley has been taking over his job, and he soon makes a relationship with Ginny, and which works out. Harry and Dumbledore went on a mission to get another Horcrux, which was on a cliff in the middle of a sea. But Dumbledore was very weak in the process trying to go to the Horcrux, and they soon realized that the Horcrux was stolen. When they reached the Hogwarts again, they find a group of Death Eaters trying to search the castle. Draco Malfoy, apparently Voldemort told Draco Malfoy to kill Dumbledore, and when Draco Malfoy tried to kill Dumbledore, he couldn't. He couldn't do it because it couldn't trigger him. Then Severus Snape, who Dumbledore most trusted, killed Dumbledore himself. Avada Kedavra! Which was a killing curse. Harry's last protector, was dead now. Book 7, the final one. The Deathly Hallows. In the Deathly Hallows, Harry and Ron is being hunted like a bug who's going to be eaten by a creature. Harry almost got killed in the process of trying to go to a safe place, and they soon realized they lost one valuable member of the Order of the Phoenix. Another valuable member of the Order of the Phoenix, Madai Moody. When Harry, Ron, and Hermione make up a plan to follow Dumbledore's orders and try destroying the other Horcruxes. They sneak into the Ministry of Magic to steal one Horcrux, which to their surprises was their fifth-year Defense Against Odd teacher, Dolores Umbridge. They managed to crack the ring open with the same magical sword used in Book 2, and they soon discover a silver doe roaming around. When they stumble upon a book that Dumbledore left them, they soon realize that Voldemort was not looking for Horcruxes, but a legacy even more older, the Deathly Hallows. The Deathly Hallows were one in pure invisibility cloak, which turned out to be his invisibility cloak. Harry's own invisibility cloak, and another one, the Resurrection Stone, which Harry turned out had been in one of Harry's first Quidditch ball that Dumbledore gave him, and the Elder Wand, which turned out that Voldemort had. Voldemort could finally be able to defeat Harry Potter until Harry suddenly finds the last Horcrux in Hogwarts, and then Harry got alarmed that there's going to be a war between the dark side and Hogwarts just right now. But Harry managed to stab the Horcrux before Voldemort could catch up, and Harry and Voldemort have a duel with each other. In the end, Harry managed to kill Voldemort, and all is saved. The end. I hope you liked this video. Bye. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and type in the comments below. Bye.